morning, everyone. Is this audible? So we have a rescheduled class from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. Just for the day because of the hectic schedule I am having these days. But anyhow, I don't want to miss the classes, so at max I'm trying to take the classes whenever I get time to go for it. So yes, please make it confirm. Is everything fair? Voice and all. Good morning. So just let's wait just for 1 or 2 minutes so that people can join the class. Sorry. Good morning. Fair. I guess I should start the lecture. People will join sooner or later. Right. Sure. So as we have been doing the real analysis part, and in the real analysis, the first segment we had the based on the sets, like with the policy part, which you say the open set, closed set, and all. In the second in the second segment, we had started real sequences. So initial two lectures of the real sequences were based on the proper understanding and visualization of the real sequences, right? So I tried to make you feel what does it mean by real sequences, what is the meaning of terms of a sequences, what does it mean by limit point of a sequence, what does it mean by the limit of a sequence. Overall, what do you mean by a convergence of a sequence? So the convergence of a sequence means it has the limit, and the limit is always unique. Limit point of a sequence may be one or more than one. All these things we have discussed in detail in the lectures RL-6 and RL-7. So if you have missed those lectures, please don't forget to attend those, because today's lecture is just in continuation of those things. Today we are going to summarize this real sequences chapter very beautifully. Believe me, the most important thing which I want to convey here, I'll be dealing some of the terms where that I left the class in the previous segment. RL6 was till here, so I'll be continuing from here itself, right? So whatever we had the knowledge or whatever we had the information, that will be continued from here itself. Many of you might be thinking कि सर वहाँ पे limit superior होता है, limit inferior होता है, this or that, this theorem, that theorem. Believe me, dear fellows, if you are preparing for this mathematics optional, this needs a strategy. So here you don't need a PhD over the things. So whatever I have taught you here and with today's lecture, that is more than sufficient. Your job is to revise the stuff which I taught you in these 3 classes. This will result in wonder. Please believe on that. So don't be betrayed. Don't be thinking कि यार पता नहीं क्या छूट गया करके क्या रह गया करके. It is not like that. Okay? अगर मैंने पढ़ा दिया है, so means everything is consolidated and dots are connected. So end of the session, I will also go for the PYQs trend and analysis in the today's lecture itself, and will make you feel what is actually the demand of the exam. Fair? चलिए. So I guess there will be less fellows in this today's session because all of you had some already engagements, I know. But anyways, I do my job here, irrespective of एक दो लोग भी रहेंगे तो उनको मैं एड्रेस करता रहूंगा. Rest of the persons will cover the things from the recorded session. So let's continue from there itself. So monotone sequences I told you in the previous lecture. So let's continue from monotone convergence theorem. Although the introduction part I have done already, intro already done. If a sequence is monotonically increasing and bounded above, then it will be convergent to the upper bound. Fair? Or it will be the convergent sequence. So let's try to visualize monotone convergence कहता क्या है. Okay. So analysis and algebra is all about visualizing the concepts that have been consistently trying for you, right? So when I say कि monotone convergence theorem के बारे में we are talking, so the first thing is let's say let's consider a real sequence xn which is monotonically increasing and bounded above. So there are two components here. What? The sequence is monotonically increasing and bounded above, right? So what I would like to tell you here, dear fellows, कि whenever you are dealing the mathematics, you are always concerned about the keywords associated in the statement, right? That is the technique till now what I told you. So what are the keywords associated here? The first keyword is monotonically increasing. इसका मतलब क्या होगा? I told you in the previous lecture कि the sequence के लिए xn will be greater or equal to all the terms xm after some n greater or equal to m. So symbolically it is written like terms will be increasing in nature. Fair? That is the literal meaning of that. What is the other keyword? The sequence is bounded above. So from the initial lectures, when I was telling you the bounded above kind of thing for the sequence, so what does it mean actually? Okay. For all but finitely there exists an upper bound, let's say capital M, such that xn less or equal to capital M. When I just give me 1 minute, please. देखिए ध्यान से, for all means x1, x2, x3, x4, all terms will be less or equal to capital M. Clear? So, abhi if I observe, be on the board please everyone. Sare log. Suppose that capital M is an upper bound, so M may be sequence का कोई term हो या फिर जब हम set theory में थे तो upper bound may be inside the set or may not be, right or not? चलिए अभी मैं इन दोनों चीजों को मिला रहा हूँ. Be on the board please everyone. Suppose that you have some terms. ध्यान से देखिएगा. Suppose that if you have some terms sorry, you know what please everyone. So what does it say? If you have a monotonically increasing sequence, then if it is monotonically increasing and this is the upper bound, so what will happen if you take m minus epsilon, say up to m plus epsilon beyond the interval have only finite number of terms we can have, otherwise all but finitely many terms of the sequence will be lying in the interval m minus epsilon, say m plus epsilon. Fair? So that is the proof of monotonic convergence theorem, you can say. You please note it down. When we will come on the examples, it will be more clear. So if you are interested, you can write an example as well, so that things are pretty clear. Note down this example as well. So if you are not clear about these indications, what I am like writing here, so that means all but finitely many terms of the sequence are situated at the point 4. So sequence is converging to 4, and that is the form. If you want to do the proof, it is clearly visible what actually we are trying to do here. Please write down. So this is a very important tool for checking the convergence of a sequence. So So now we will take few examples to substantiate the things. Okay, so let's have an example, please. So, for example, if someone asks, so that the sequence Sn where the nth term of the sequence is given as 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2 for all n belongs to n. Here, so what they wish to, we have to show that this sequence is convergent. Okay. अभी देखिएगा dear fellows, although I'm not like that much comfortable, still I'll be trying. Thing is कि monotone convergence theorem एक important instrument है हमारे लिए, और इसको कैसे यूज करना है अगर मैं वो उतना भी बता दूं आपको तो things will be pretty clear for you. ठीक है, I'll be taking bit time here to make you feel what you does actually through the monotone convergence theorem. Clear? Be on the board, please, everyone. So when you talk about, okay, whatever the sequence is given to you, you just observe पहले तो nth term of the sequence. So nth term of sequence is क्या है? That is 1 upon n plus 1, 1 upon n plus 2, plus 1 upon n plus n. Right. So if you ask to me, sir, what will be the n plus 1th term of the sequence? So what it will be? 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2. Will it? अभी देखिएगा, be on the board, please, everyone. So when you talk about the nth term of the sequence Sn is this. So what we can say about n plus 1th term? Many of you may have, like I always think like a student, you may be struggling in writing the sequence का term n plus 1th term, and why, that is I'm going to tell you here. देखिए ध्यान से, बहुत सारे लोग आप में से, there will be lot many people who will be confused here. So if you observe this sequence, so what I suggest you कि if you are having the confusion कि n plus 1th कैसे आ गया ये, how the n plus 1th term is like this, अभी मैंने लिखा नहीं है, I'll write that. So you just start observing like this. If you want to write S1, so means you are taking n की जगह 1, right or not? So S1, n की जगह 1 लेंगे, what you will have? 1 upon 1 plus 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 1 upon 1 plus n, something like that. If you write S2, ध्यान से देखिए इस चीज को, what we do is, I'm pretty sorry I'm not able to continue the class. I will plan and will update. So, sorry.